Pat a cake, baker's man, make me a cake as fast as you can. These were the words of coked-up power whore Jeffrey Goit in the latest round of talks with the Bakers United Nations. Surely he has to go.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, aside from the aggressive yet rhythmic nature of his words, he clearly knows nothing about baking. I mean, who the hell would pat a cake? You just get fingerprints everywhere. And prioritising speed over quality is a bad move. I mean, the sponge would just sink in, and who would want that?
And that's before you even consider the racial implications.
Where does race come into it?
Well, simply try saying it in a Jamaican accent.
Pat a cake, baker's man. Make me a cake as fast as you can.
See, now you sound like a massive racist.
Oh my God, I really do. Is there any evidence to suggest that Mr. Goit used this kind of accent to mock his staff?
None whatsoever.
But it is possible. There you have it. Unquestionable proof. We'll bring you more on the ignorant baker bigot as soon as we get it.
Oh no, my flowers just aren't growing how I want them to. If only there was something I could do.
There is! You need bushing daisies, the all-new super compost, made from biological waste that was only going to be buried or cremated. This compost breathes life into your garden.
Oh wow, pushing daisies rules. Now I wouldn't be seen dead without it.
Why would you do that?
Look, it quite clearly says in the script.
You weren't going to poke me that hard. Fuck, I could be blind. I want you off the set, you prick.
Sorry?
No, don't be sorry. Think for one fucking second, you Wait a minute. Did the sound guy just silence me? You can't censor me.
Look, you can. It's a silent film.
Oh dear, are you okay? No, I'm not okay. I need a doctor. Ow! You idiot!
Alright.
Wait a minute. This is a silent movie. Why have we got a bloody boom mic? What don't you darn well understand? Fuck this.
Wow. I guess he's not sunny side up.
Oh, whatever.
She's a maniac on the floor, and she's dancing like she's never danced before. These, the words of a terrified witness in the small hours of this morning. After the third fatality in a British nightclub this week, we now have to ask ourselves one question. Is it time that we ban stilettos and reintroduce bouncy castles to our nightlife?
It's a noble thought, but have you never seen what happens when you mix alcohol and inflatable rubber?
Not since my stag weekend, no.
Broken limbs, severed tendons, and at the end of the night you're basically just hosing sick off a giant clown's face.
Well, I think this has been blown out of all proportion. The media have ignored the very specific, relevant context of the incident. She was dancing like she'd never danced before, and my sources tell me she hadn't danced before that night.
So, what you're saying is that it's a problem of regulation rather than safety?
Exactly. What we need are more stringent controls on who precisely we allow to dance in our nightclubs.
Sounds awfully like a strip club to me.
Well, you'd know.
What I do in my spare time, Tom, is no concern of yours. You're just bitter because I never invited you to my stag do. Well, you know what? It was for your own good. You wouldn't have made it past the first night. And you've got kids to think about. Sally, weather. Is it raining?
Hey Susan, what are you up to today?
I'm just about to go for a run, but I'm not sure where to go.
That is a quandary. If only there was some way to plan more scenic but rigorous routes.
There is! All you need is our new Jogger's Encyclopedia. Tell him, Gary.
I got the runs last week and it really affected my running. Now I feel fit and cleansed on the inside and out.
But what if having the runs isn't entertaining enough for me and my friends?
Did someone ask for more energetic runs?
Yes!
Then try our new Violent Run Special.
I got violent runs for my birthday, and it made me the centre of attention everywhere I went.
Get the runs now. It will change your life. Good evening. I'm Lewis Farrow, and today I'll be investigating the estates left behind by the literary greats. Who controls these estates? And should they? Jorge, what are you doing? Come on! These are the offices of Roger Tolkien, who recently inherited control of the Tolkien estate from his father Christopher. Roger is the grandson of famous fantasy author J.R.R. Tolkien.
Darling, get Peter on the phone. Tell him that I need to talk to him about the moolah, the clams, the money. You got that, sweet tits? She hung up. Look, Larry.
Lewis.
Look, Lawrence. The Tolkien estate owns the copyrights to the books. Tolkien Enterprise owns the film rights, all the merchandise, all that kind of stuff. And unfortunately, my beloved, yet stupid, old granddad sold all of those in '69. Meaning, I don't get to see, the estate doesn't see a penny from any of the films.
But surely increased popularity of the films would lead to great sales of the books.
Ridiculous. There's no money in books. Nobody's going to read that brick.
Haven't you read it?
Have I read my granddad's book? Of course I haven't read it. It's like 1,000 pages long. Nobody's going to read that, Lillian.
Lewis.
And you know what? Off the back of it, I've seen the films. I know the story. I've written my own book. It's pretty good. I think it's pretty awesome, actually.
Roger's book, The Master of the Hoops, was derided by critics as the scribblings of an idiot man-child. It was not commercially successful. So what's it like being the head of such an important estate?
It's a tough question, Luke.
Lewis.
Laura, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. It is a real struggle. If it wasn't for me, anybody could come in here and take chunks and reference out of the book as much as they wanted. And you know what? If I wasn't protecting it, anybody could do that. And I wouldn't see a dime. The estate wouldn't see a dime. I think it's fair to say that if it wasn't for me, there would be no Lord of the Circles.
Rings. So what you're saying is, you're more important than your grandfather, who actually wrote the books.
Oh yeah, sure, whatever. So I've just seen a fan. I get this all the time. People pestering me, so
Sure.
sign the book. Name the kid after me.
Oh, yeah, sure. There you go. Have a nice day. So, when's your next book out?
And so the blood trickles down like a brown and ugly snare.
And the snare is slimy and damp, like my clothes and hair and heart are damp. Dampness is in my socks.
Genius. Absolute genius. It's words like these will send the hands scurrying back to their dastardly little holes.
You know that Shakespeare chap everyone's talking about? I think you're better than him.
Oh, thank you so much. It's nice words, chaps.
Well, it's shit.
What?
It's just awful. I wouldn't even wipe my ass.
Well, these chaps liked it.
Look, these chaps, no offence here, are bloody stupid. Hollis thought a grenade was a lighter.
And Rupert thought Gallipoli is what Italians shout at their horses to make them run faster.
Sorry, Arthur, but just because we haven't had your learning doesn't mean our thoughts are worthless.
I quite agree, but even on the most basic literary level, it's just trite. And dampness is in my socks, so come on, Will.
It's a metaphor.
For what?
For the pain in my feet from walking up and down here all day.
Wilf, I think we both know it's bollocks, isn't it?
No, it's war poetry. You can't insult war poetry. I risked my life to write this brutal, unflinching account of the horrors of trench warfare.
It could just as easily be about tripping over on a wet weekend in Grimsby.
Well, it may have inspired some of my work.
Hang on. Is it about a weekend in Grimsby?
Well, it was a rough weekend. The trains were on strike.
You mean this isn't the bloody catalogue of your cold and empty attempt to defend your country?
The pavement was shoddy, the potholes everywhere. It's not a surprise someone got hurt.
You know what? Bugger this for a game of soldiers. I'm off.
Dulce et decorum, my arse.
Oh, come on, Wilf. Not the end of the world.
I've got nothing. I'm stuck here in this damp trench in the middle of the war-to-end-all wars, and I've just been ousted as a literary fraud. I'm just like Shakespeare.
You're nothing like Shakespeare. Oh, I give up. Listen, Wilf. There is one thing. You see, some of the poems they publish back home, they're worse than this. But the difference is, those fellows died. No one can say a word about their poems. They're bulletproof. Metaphorically.
What are you saying?
What I'm saying is if you really want people to like your poetry, there's a very simple solution.
Really?
Lasting fame.
Take these. You know what to do with them. Goodbye, my friend.
Awful. Just awful.
She was mad, she looked so good.